Namaste all. Sit comfortably. You can sit down, sit on a chair, whichever posture is comfortable. Fingers in chin mudra. I'll be guiding you through the session. So I'm Vijaya Hariharan, yoga therapist with Yogabharati. So today the UN has declared it as the World Meditation Day. So we'll be doing the Dhyana. So sit comfortably, back straight, shoulders relaxed, fingers in chin mudra, normal breathing. Check that your back, neck, head in a straight line. Posture is comfortable. Bring the awareness to the breath and continue watching the breath for a few rounds. Watch the in-breath, out-breath. Observe how the breath feels. As you continue watching the breath, notice that the breathing automatically slows down. As the breathing slows down, feel the calmness, silence. Let us chant 3 rounds of Omkara. Each time breathe in, breathe out. Continue with the chant. Inhale deeply. Om. 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 Bring the palms together, Namaskara Mudra, Omkara and the Shanti Mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently bow down. Take the blessings from the God of your choice, a higher reality. May He protect us both. May He nourish us. May our study be fruitful. May there be no hatred in us. Om peace, peace. Gently release, palm resting on your thighs, fingers in chin mudra. So the Dharana and Dhyana, it forms part of the Ashtanga Yoga as given by Sage Patanjali. So the Ashtanga Yoga, Yama Niyama, Asana Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana Dhyana, and leading to Samadhi. So today's practice of meditation, what we call as meditation, actually what we are doing is the Dharana practice. Dhyana happens. Yeah, when I say I'm meditating, what we are actually doing is the Dharana part of it. And Dhyana has to happen effortlessly. Okay, so he says, Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharanam. So, Dharana practice is a practice where we fix our awareness. Where our awareness is on a particular object, the object can be outside, it can be inside. And it could happen. See, the mind being chanchala, mind keeps wandering, right? There are thoughts coming and going. So what we need to do is just observe the thoughts, let go of the thoughts, and again continue to do the dharana practice. And when we are doing this dharana as a continuous practice, we move into the dhyana phase where he says that tatra pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam. Yeah, so it says ekatanata dhyanam, where it becomes effortless. So how this Raghuramji beautifully gives the example of we are pouring oil from one container to the other container. So how the flow is effortless, right? So that way the dhyana flow is effortless. So, and in doing this meditation, dharana practice, instead of saying that I am doing the practice, yes, initially we say that as I am doing my dharana practice, I'm doing my meditation, but later you become one with that practice. So you are into, from doing, you move on to being with, with whatever practice we are doing. So let us start with, today we'll be doing two of such practices of dharana, moving to dhyana. So sit comfortably, fingers in chin mudra, palm is facing up, that is the dhyana mudra. Keep the eyes closed. Normal breathing. Bring the awareness to the breath. Watch your in breath, out breath. Let the eyes be closed. Awareness on the nose tip. We're just like a witness, watching the breath as it is happening. Feel the in breath, out breath. The breathing is happening on its own, and awareness is on the breath. Eyes gently closed. Feel the sensation of the breath as it is passing in and out of your nostril. Slow down. Stop watching the breath. Let the breathing continue on its own. Let the eyes be closed. Now, how many of you felt that, though the awareness was on the breath, I was continuously saying that let the awareness be on the breath. You felt that there were thoughts coming and going, your mind starts wandering. Yeah, the awareness shifted away from the breath. So that is natural to happen because the mind, the nature of the mind is to wander. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6 is all about the Dhyana, the Dhyana practice. So here in that, Arjuna's asked Sri Krishna, he says that Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. He says the mind verily, O Krishna, is restless, turbulent, strong, and unyielding sometimes. So it is hard to control. He says it is faster than the speed of the wind. So Sri Krishna says, Asanshayam Mahabaho Manodurnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihyate. He says, doubtless, Arjuna, the mind is restless and hard to control. But he says, by Abhyasa and Vairagya, by practice and non-attachment, we can master the restless mind. So again, let us do this practice one more time. So here now what you're going to do is, you're just watching the breath again. So sit comfortably, eyes closed, awareness on the breath, normal breathing, and continue watching the breath. Watch the in breath, out breath. We're just like witness, watching the breath. Watch the breathe in, breathe out as it is happening. Now, it could happen that your mind starts wandering. There are thoughts coming and going. Just observe the thoughts and let go of the thoughts. Bring the awareness back again to the breath. Watch the normal breathing. Let the awareness be on the breath. So each time you feel that the mind wanders, there are thoughts coming and going, just let go of the thoughts. Don't get carried away by the thoughts. Just let go of the thoughts. Again, bring the awareness back to the breath. Continue watching the normal breathing. Slow down, stop the practice, stop watching the breath. Let the eyes be closed. Now just observe how you felt doing the dharana practice on the breath. I'm sure it was better than the first time we did the practice. So just watching the breath brings us to the present moment awareness. We are not bothered about what happened in the past or what is going to happen in the future. Just being in the present moment, that has a very calming effect. So if you can just do this as a daily practice, 1 minute at different points of time in the day. You wake up in the morning, just either in the bed or later you just sit comfortably or lying in the bed also, just keep the eyes closed, watch the normal breathing for 1 minute. And then you get up, continue with your work. And after, say, 2, 3 hours of work, again, sit or lie down if you want. But sitting is better because we don't fall asleep. So sit and then just awareness on the breath. We're just watching the breath, not doing anything. So that 1 minute, if you're doing it, say, 4 to 5 times in a day, it becomes like a 5 minutes you have done your dharana practice leading to dhyana. Yeah, so that way you can see sitting for 5 minutes. I tell you, okay, let's sit for 5 minutes and do the dhyana practice, awareness on the breath. It becomes difficult sometimes because mind being chanchala or your body doesn't cooperate, right? You're sitting comfortably, but then you feel, oh, I'm not able to sit comfortably and do your dhyana practice. So 1 minute, I think, is easy for all of us to do it. So you can do that. So let's repeat one more time for 1 minute again. Eyes closed, awareness on the breath. Just watch the natural breathing happening, the flow of the in breath, out breath. Observe the sensation of the breath as it is passing in through the nostril, out of the nostril as you breathe out. So when we are like witness watching the breath, it is just like, instead of doing, we're just being with that breath. So that is what is the dhyana practice, just being with the flow of whatever we are doing. So as you move from the doing to the being stage, the mind comes to a very calm, silent state. When the mind is calm, silent, Sage Patanjali says that Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. We recognize our own true self. Only in that calm, silent state are we able to recognize our true self. Awareness on the breathe in, breathe out as it is happening. No strain involved, normal breathing. Now slow down and stop watching the breath. Let the breathing continue on its own. Let the eyes be closed. Notice the change with the practice. Feel that calmness, silence. Now, dhyana can be different types. So, one simple form is just watching the breath. Then you have the japa, where you can chant while doing your dhyana practice, or an object. Either the object can be an outside, your ishta devata, kula devata, thinking of him, doing the chant, or it can be any point inside in the body, like your awareness on the abdomen or the heart center or the eyebrow center. So these are the different ways in which we can do our dharana, moving on to the dhyana practice. So let's move on to doing a japa. So we are watching the breath. See, earlier days when the sages meditated, they heard, when they were meditating, they could hear the sound of the breath. Sound of the breath as so and hum. So as the sound of the in-breath and hum as the sound of the out-breath. So throughout the day, it is said that more than 21,600 times we breathe in and breathe out without us being aware of, how our breathing is, right? So let us again consciously watch our breath and we chant the Soham mantra in the mind. So for a few rounds, I will chant loudly so that you are able to get the mantra and then you can chant in your mind. So again, see that you're sitting tall, fingers in Dhyana Mudra, palm facing up, thumb touching the index finger. It is just a light touch. Eyes closed. Watch the normal breathing. It is again only a normal breathing. Okay, breathing happening on its own, and then we are going to continue with the chant. Awareness on the breath for a few rounds. Now chant so in the mind as you breathe in, with the breathe in, and hum with the breathe out. So with the breathe in, hum with the breathe out. So breathe in, hum, breathe out. Continue the chant in the mind. Again, awareness throughout on the breath and on the chant. If there are thoughts coming and going, just observe, let go. Awareness back on the breath. Chant so with the breathe in. Breathe out. So as you breathe in, breathe out. Slow down and stop the chanting. Let the eyes remain closed. Soham, Saha Aham. Saha is that pure consciousness, that universal consciousness, and Aham is the individual consciousness. So we are recognizing that we are part of that universal consciousness when we are chanting the Soham Japa. So this mantra, you can, again, we'll repeat for one more round. So for the first few rounds, you're going to chant in the mind. So you're going to chant so as you breathe in, as you breathe out. So as you breathe in, as you breathe out. You chant in the mind. After a few rounds, follow the instructions. You stop the chanting and just watch the breath and visualize the so and hum happening as you breathe in and breathe out. Again, eyes closed, awareness on the breath. Notice the change to the breathing pattern as we have been watching the breath now. Notice that the breathing has slowed down. Breathing automatically slows down when we are aware, when our awareness is on the breath. Breath slows down automatically, the mind calms down. Mind calms down, the body learns to relax. Each and every cell in the body works in harmony. So awareness on the breath. Chant so with the breathe in, with the breathe out. So with the breathe in, breathe out. Let the eyes be gently closed. Continue the chant in the mind. Again, be aware of the breath and the chant that you are doing in the mind. So stop the chant, just watch the breath, and can you visualize the chant happening? So as you breathe in and hum as you breathe out. They say it is the Ajapa mantra. Japa you chant for a few rounds, and then with regular practice of the Soham mantra, it becomes the Ajapa mantra. Ajapa is when the mantra is happening on its own in the back of the mind and you're continuing with whatever work you're doing. So from japa to ajapa to silence. And if you feel that your mind starts wandering, there are thoughts coming and going, you can continue with the chant. So with the breathe in, with the breathe out. Observe the chant becoming more effortless as you continue with the chant in the mind. And in ajapa, the effort is slowly reducing and becomes effortless. Now, slow down, stop the chanting, and just watch the breath. Watch the breathe in, breathe out. Notice the slowing down of the breath. With a few blinks, you can open the eyes. I hope you all enjoyed the Dhyana session. So the first was where we just watched the breath, awareness was on the breath, and the second we did the Soham chanting. That way you can chant any mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya, just the Om mantra. So let us end the session. You can repeat the prayer if you know the prayer. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Let us chant the Shanti mantra, Omkara followed by the Shanti mantra, praying for the welfare of everybody. Let everybody be happy. Let everybody be healthy. Let everybody look at life, the auspicious things that life has to offer. Look at life in a positive attitude and let there be no misery. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently bow down. Express your gratitude to Mother Earth, a higher reality, your parents, gurus. Rub the palms together, generate enough warmness. Make a cup out of it and place it over the eyes. Continue to feel the warmth. Gently rubbing the facial muscles, neck muscles. Rub your arms, the shoulder. Take your hand behind your back, giving a gentle massage to the lower back, thigh muscles, your knees. Bring the palm in front of you. With a few blinks, open your eyes looking into the palm. Thank you. Thank you.